Alright, coming back with a bit of chess. And I am pretty tired tonight, so don't expect the best. Because I am not feeling the most confident. Also, I don't like what it's saying about my lag. But hey, that's why we're playing 5-minute. Okay, so going with a more boring, turtley approach. Since we have the black pieces, and since this guy is kinda lower rated and I can probably expect him to mess up at some point. Okay. So getting a tempo on his queen. Now I can get my own queen into the action. Okay, I have to be slightly careful here, because he's looking to do something like this. Though the immediate threat of, forking for his queen since this pawn is pinned kind of trumps that, so I'll have time to castle out of it. Of course, I could always just blow it like that. I guess I will take the pawn. Or the, take the pawn for the rook, so I'm still only down by 1 point of material, so not time to give up yet, but this is starting to look kinda bad. Not, not the exact position that I want to be in. Well, let's get my queen out of immediate danger. And this gives us something of a counter threat to try and buy a little time. And so now I'm just looking to try and fracture his pawns. He can't come down here with the rook quite yet because the queen is covering. It's covering sensitive spot. Hmm. Okay, so obviously I don't want to give him the checkmate. So we're trying this. So it may leave him with more outs than desired. But it's kind of whatever at this point. Maybe he'll mess up and try and bring his rook down here. Who knows? Okay, let's get a little dangerous. As I mean, my only real asset in the position right now is the rather exposed nature of his king. So I need to find a way to use that. That is essentially my task. Which is not going great. Still not quite time to give up hope. Because that is a very breezy king that he has. Okay. So yeah, basically I'm hoping to try and get something like on time or... So if I do check, he blocks here, takes... I think that this is the move. So just kind of maintaining Eek. Yeah, this isn't good. I am up a little amount of time, though, and I can maybe use that. Also, he's extending this pawn, I want to say a little too far. I think that he might have meant to come over here. Okay, so this should be a win now, as long as I don't lose on time. So now I'm back to being up material somehow. And he is just letting his clock run down. So, do I win? His clock says 0. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this should have been a pretty boring drawish game just based on the opening that I played, but then we went into these shenanigans, where I had to desperately try to get some play. I'm pretty sure that here he can just do that, and he's fine. And then, I don't know, maybe I can do this, and I don't know, maybe. No, it gets weird. Yeah, grabbing that pawn might have been a bit greedy for him, and then he just really took his time dealing with this pawn on c5. And then I don't think that I have a win if I trade queens. Although maybe I just take here, let him trade. Then he has to stop that pawn, so I get this pawn, and I've got 4 pawns and a knight versus his 1 pawn and a rook. And then if he takes here, I can get another pawn, and he has no chance at winning, so maybe that was better. Maybe I could have given a little more time to that. But hey, my extra time in the end is what won me the game. So, it's kind of a balance with Blitz. Kind of a delicate balance between how good you need your moves to be and how quickly you need to make them. Not finding a whole lot of stiff competition in the 5-minute pool tonight. It's probably for the best based on how I played last game. And it looks like we're going to be going into another drawish French defense. Although this guy is getting fancy on me. Considering coming out here to get at his bishop, but nah. Okay, so now we just try and establish some pawn dominance in the center. Connect our rooks, support this bishop, add extra support to this pawn. Get his queen out of my business. Taking with the rook if he captures so that I can double up. If he doesn't, then I'm just trying to get my knights in. Right here, like this. And now I can think of doubling with something like that. I mean, it's an exchange French, so unless one of us messes up, probably won't be too exciting. But, we'll see if we can force something. I do think that my position is slightly better right now. I think because I've got stronger pawns in the center. He wants in there, eh? fine. So I don't want to get these forked and lose my strong bishop. So this is going to be a momentary tactical retreat. I am fine trading off that bishop. And now we will make another attempt at doubling the rooks. And I guess just push. Push his knight farther in. Not 100% sure what he's going for with that queen move. Okay. So now we're going after this knight. So he probably just forces the trade. Okay, well, let's keep his bishop out. And my bishop down here is providing some key defense to these squares. So now we're breaking this pin, is the idea. Oof. This is a free piece, right? And this doesn't work because I've got this and his queen is threatened. If he trades queens, then I can take and retreat my knight. But if he doesn't trade queens, then that gives me the chance to just retreat. And so I win. I mean, it's mildly premature to declare that, but this position is just completely winning for me, so. Yeah, sure, I will take that bishop trade all day. Okay, and he has offered a rematch. I guess I will take it. And this is basically going to be boring French's the video. I'm too tired to experiment, and I'm not a very adventurous player in the first place, so. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with this. It's just letting me shatter his pawn structure. That's a good deal for me. So if I take here, he takes, and I take, and he takes. I'm up for it. As I think that I can get over here first, and with more serious threats. Though it occurs to me that perhaps I was mistaken. Okay, so plan B. Trade. He is going to let me fix my pawns. Is that what I want? I think I want to just come up here like this. Mistakes were made. So now I'll have to be running over to the center. That being said, still don't hate my position. I mean, I've definitely been in worse. Okay, so this cuts off the file a bit, and also adds this mate threat to the menu. And this right here is not checkmate, but I get the pawn and the bishop, which makes it pretty good. Though perhaps for a definition of pretty good, that it's not the best. Okay, he can't take this pawn yet. We are barely holding on to our material here, but I think we are holding on to it. You know, maybe. Perhaps and perhaps not. Okay, keeping the bishop out of here. And allowing this and this to happen if he takes. Alright, cool. I am starting to run pretty low on time. That will be a factor. Okay. And I think that this one's better to take. Whoa. Yeah. Though that was, under the assumption that he took anything. Yeah, really what I have to do right now is mind my time. Okay, so we're gonna come up like this. Get pointing at this pawn, and protecting this pawn. My king should be able to hold these secure. So now, you just have to not lose on time, and preferably try to win on time. That being said, I don't really have a good way in at the moment. That helps-ish? I don't know. I can maybe take this pawn now. Yeah, let's take it right here, right now. This is good. We need him to mess up like this. And I also need to see when he drops rooks. That would help. uh, yeah, I could have just taken that rook right then and there. Oops. Okay, so... we'll go for one more game. One more game this video. It's not quite been half an hour. But clearly I am not in my best shape, since I'm just leaving free rooks. But sometimes, there's this thing where you trust your opponent too much, and you don't see the obvious free piece that they're giving you, because you're just not looking for something that's such an obvious big blunder. So it's like trusting your opponent so much that you don't see their horrible mistake. At any rate, I'm aiming to push for a center, if possible. Like that. Okay. So... feels like a pretty standard. Maybe not standard. Really? I am surprised that he is going for this sacrifice. Okay, so what we do now is do that. So either he doesn't get to damage my pawn structure the way he wants to, or he gives up his right to castle, or his ability to castle. Calling it a right, I guess, might be a little extreme. Okay, so now we have to watch out for a couple of sensitive squares, but... I think overall position is pretty good. Threatening to take that bishop, which would leave his knight hanging, so he has to do something about that. And I don't think that was the something. So now, I just do this, and... what's he have? Okay, he has that. Well, let's get the rook in position. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Have to be careful of this square. That is, if not concern number one, then at least something close to it. Yeah, I am willing to get these knights off, I think. Okay, so now I'll be probably seeking to break up his pawn chain. With a move like this, maybe? No, I think that this is better now. Forking the bishop and the pawn, though he does bring his queen down, maybe, so... we shall see. It remains to be seen. Of course, now I'm all up in his king area, which isn't pleasant for him. Go ahead and take that fork. Can't really move the rook over here, because then I get that and it's all over. This is maybe a tad aggressive. Just kind of feels right. I don't know. I mean, his king is in a bit of a bind. I've got this. So, I mean, is it super clean, easy win? No, not at all. Should have maybe given that a little more thought, but... I mean, I'm also up kind of a ridiculous amount of time, so... So we're just kind of doing our thing at this point. It's now getting on this pawn before it decides it wants to run away. And now we finish breaking up his pawns. Okay, defend our pawn and attack that bishop. Get ready to perhaps double, but he runs out of time. Oop, hit the headset. Alright, so that is going to be it for this session. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Later.